peoples, Kyushu92 here, bringing back, oh my goodness, it feels like forever since I've done more My Hero Mondays. Yes, I know I haven't done these in a long time because I've been busy, work, and then Red Dead came out and I've been focusing on that. But today, since I'm off from work today, and since I've already got a whole bunch of other different Red Dead videos done already, it is time to bring back My Hero Mondays of My Hero Academia. And today we're going to be checking out Volume 14. Hold on, let me see if I can get that there. Yes! Checking out Volume 14 of My Hero Academia, titled Overhaul. So let's get it started. So, overall, we have chapters 119 all the way down to 128. So, let's get it started with chapter 119, Deku versus Kacchan, part 2. Because, I know it's been a while, but last we left off, Bakugo confronted Midoriya about his quirk, and whether or not All Might was the one who gave it to him. And so, in order to see if the rumors were true, or if his hypothesis or theory was correct, he decided to challenge Midoriya out in the battle arena where they first fought each other for the first time, using their quirks. So, now we got a continuation of that battle. I think maybe he only wanted to fight in order to somehow quell those feelings he couldn't control. But even so, it's not like I could just go and refuse him. Thinking back, our relationship was always weird. From kindergarten to elementary to middle school to high school. I'm not gonna be your punching bag, Kacchan. We'd known each other forever, but until then, we'd never really talked things out. And then we got another page with Midoriya versus Bakugo, and Bakugo launches at Midoriya using his explosion quirk. He's above me! And then Bakugo uses his quirk to propel himself downwards to the ground into Midoriya, but he dodges out of the way. Close one. And then Bakugo spins around using his quirk again and causes himself to pretty much turn into an exploding spin dash towards Midoriya. Don't let him think. He's gonna catch up before I land. This is bad. And then... what is this? Oh, okay, so this is a panel of Bakugo literally about to preparing himself to hit Midoriya. Gotta repel that hand, but he uses his quirk to propel over Midoriya in an instant to appear behind him. And in the same sweeping motion, he delivers one swift blow to Midoriya's side and knocks him into a railing. Then Bakugo uses his quirk to propel himself towards Midoriya. No time to breathe even. But then Midoriya uses full cowling in order to somersault out of the way before Bakugo could actually land a hit. And Bakugo glares at him, grabs onto Midoriya's arm, and slams him away before hitting into the railing himself from the recoil. My usual method of predicting his moves and then acting just isn't quick enough. He's too fast at reacting after the fact. Since last time, he's really honed his skills. Guess it should have been obvious, but you're getting stronger. What are you grinning at? You say you ain't gonna be my punching bag anymore, huh? I won't. Sounds to me like you've got another scheme. Stun grenade! That's what always ticked me off about you. I could never tell what you were thinking. I'd pound you again and again, but you'd still keep kicking. You'd keep sticking around, even though you were a punk with nothing to offer. Always looking at me with those eyes that seemed to know something I didn't. Always like you were looking down on me, like you were just waiting for a chance to surpass me. You freaking eyesore! Is that what you thought? Normally, I wouldn't want anything to do with a guy who kept insulting me. But as you just said, I had nothing going for me. As bad as your bad side was, your strengths were just as impressive. You had so much that I didn't. I could admire All Might from a distance, but you were right there, this amazing person in my life. That's why I always... Tensions were high. He's way faster than before. And I kind of lost control. My full body upper limit. I was already used to maintaining 5% power in full cowling mode. But at that point, I guess I wasn't quite aware of how far along I'd come. Too fast, gotta guard. Full body upper limit, 8%! I always chased after you! So it looks like Midoriya's increased his power to 8% this time. Chapter 120, The Three. Here's the second annual character popularity poll results. I got a huge boost, so thanks, dear readers. I dropped. At least you didn't drop nearly as much as him. Thanks for all the votes you guys sent in. 'Cause that means we also place higher in the ranks. Tools and pieces of equipment also got votes. And that includes Aizawa Sensei's goggles, Bakugo's grenade gauntlets, and Midoriya's shoes. Voting meant you had to buy a postcard and a stamp, so we really appreciate it. I got 20th place! I'm psyched! It wasn't only heroes who made it into the rankings. And dead last is Moneta, screaming out in anguish. But we got Bakugo, who's in first, and this is a popularity poll from back then. So Bakugo got first place, Midoriya got second, Todoroki got third, Aizawa got fourth, Kirishima got fifth, All Might got sixth, trying to look like Guts. We got Jiro, who got seventh, Tenya Ida, who got 8th, Asui Suyu, who got 9th, and Uraraka Chako, who got 10th place. And that's just a popularity poll that came up at the time. Even I didn't expect that sort of speed. Normally the boost from 5% to 8% wouldn't be much, really, but in that instant, that small difference was enough. That's why I always chased after you. Is he saying he surpassed me? And as Bakugo uses his quirk to propel his arm forward, Midoriya prepares his leg to hit Bakugo, but Bakugo hits him with an explosion. That wasn't fast enough for a direct hit. He's kicked it up a gear. And Midoriya is already preparing to come right back at Bakugo. Is that all you got? I never felt good about this myself, which is why I never told you. Ha! But when the urge to win is stronger than the desire to save, I tend to run my mouth a little more without thinking. You'd think I'd hate myself for that, but somewhere deep inside, it's because you're who I picture when I think of victory. And Midoriya launches at Bakugo. I've got the advantage in the air. I'm not just charging in blind and jumping for no reason. This power-up might have been unexpected, but with a kick coming out of this direct charge, I can send a shoot style attack right at Kachan's head. I get that this fight is your way of venting, but I'm not so easygoing as to let you have your way. 5%! Shoot style is a way to fight without overusing my arms. But no one ever said the embodiment of victory. But no one ever said I can't use them too. The embodiment of victory. Sorry, man, but I want to win this. It's your turn. All Might chose me, so I gotta prove myself. And he nails Bakugo right in the jaw. And overcome you with my power. I ain't gonna lose! And he launches them both into the air. Oh no. He's in the air with Midoriya, and then he launches him back down into the ground where it looks like Bakugo prevailed over Midoriya. And they're both heavy, there's a lot of heavy breathing panels. He's still holding Midoriya's arm enough for it to be reddened around the grip, Because you know you holding somebody. He's literally holding him down and he can't move. It's my win. All Might's power. Even with that power. Even after making it your own. You still lost to me. Right? Why'd you lose? That's enough, you two. Oh, that's enough, you two. Apologies, but I overheard everything. All Might. I'm so very sorry that I never realized. Too little, too late. So why Deku? Ever since the sludge thing, why? Why him of all people? Even powerless, he was more of a hero than anyone. I could tell you were strong. You were already on your way, so I decided to give him a chance to walk that path too. Nah, I'm weak. This whole time I wanted to be strong like you, but I was weak, and you wound up like that. This is not your fault. I was fast approaching my limit either way. This was always my destiny. And you are strong. However, I was distracted by your strength. I burden you with it. I'm sorry. You too are only a boy. Being a hero all these years has taught me something. I love to win just like you, Bakugo, and like Midoriya, I strive to save those in need. If either aspect had been missing, I never could have stood for justice in the way I did. Midoriya looks up to your strength, Bakugo, and Bakugo fears your spirit. You've both just laid everything bare, so can't you see now? If you can learn to respect each other and lift each other up, you can become the ultimate heroes, ones who save by winning and win by saving. You think that's what I wanted to hear from you? And he just plops onto the ground. You, the strongest guy out there, put you on the fast track, and you still lost. I'll get stronger, enough to beat you. So who knows about this deal you and Deku got? Recovery girl, the principal, among the students, only you. And you don't want the word getting out, right, All Might? If you're still trying to hide it, then I won't breathe a word. I'm not gonna go and spill the beans like stupid Deku here. I'll keep your secret. Chapter 121, Second Semester Opening Ceremony. This secret, please, keep it to yourself. And I'm terribly sorry for asking you to do this for me. I ain't doing it for you. Besides, blabbing about it would cause more harm than good. Now that we're at this point, Bakugo kid, it only makes sense to explain everything else as well. All Might spoke to Kacchan about the great evil and the power needed to stand against it, passed down through the generations, about how that power made him the #1 hero and symbol of peace, about how he'd gotten hurt and saw the end coming, and how he'd chosen his successor. So if word got out and people knew who had that power now, you'd think there'd be trouble. In that case, why'd you go and tell me, Deku, you idiot? It was my choice to run out of power the way I did. Like I said, that wasn't your fault. So, nothing's really changed about what I gotta do. And then we flash back to when he says he's gonna be a hero that surpasses even All Might. Right. It's not gonna be like this, like it was before, though, Deku. Just like how you watched me and everyone else and learned and got stronger. I'm gonna make all my skills my own and keep rising, even higher than you, chosen one. Okay, then I'm gonna rise even higher than that. I've gotta keep growing too. I'm saying I'm gonna surpass you, you dingus. I can't accept that. I have to be better than you. Huh? The secret between All Might and me became a secret between us three. They're different now, more like true rivals than ever before. And then, both wrapped up in Aizawa's scarf. Starting a fight the night after your exam, I'm happy to hear that you've got the energy to do that. Wait, Aizawa, don't tie them up just yet. I'm actually the cause of this. Oh? What do you want, All Might? It's Midoriya and Bakugo again. They're fighting at the training grounds. Indeed they are. Oh, so this is a flashback to when All Might first approached Aizawa before the fighting started. You know, back when the robot was telling Aizawa that both him and Bakugo were fighting. Indeed they are. But I've been thinking about those two since before school started. So could you let me handle this? I'll bring them back in a jiffy. You're the cause. And they're both looking at him like, sorry. Bakugo was feeling guilty about my retirement and all. He went into the exam with that burden on his shoulders, and his inferiority complex just exploded out there. I never noticed, so I ended up neglecting his mental state. It was my failure that led to their little fight. Something to cover up what the true meaning of the fight was. But letting them get away with breaking the rules isn't something I can do. There will be a fitting punishment. Who started it? Me. But I also got pretty worked up. You're on lockdown. 4 days for Bakugo, 3 days for Midoriya. During that time, you'll clean the communal spaces, morning and night. Also, I want written apologies from both of you. And head to the infirmary before those injuries get any worse. But don't rely on the old lady's quirk unless it's major. You got hurt on your own, so figure out how to get better on your own. That's all. Go to sleep. Ooh. The next morning, you fought? Lockdown? Idiots. Nonsense. Are you too stupid? The stupidest for sure. And Bakugo's just growling at this. But did you make it up? Did you make up in the end? Make up? Not exactly, but, well, it's hard to put into words. A fine job you've made of it, getting punished. I suppose you two will be absent at today's opening ceremony. Bakugo, what about that special course for our licenses? Shut up, mind your own business. See ya, have fun cleaning this place. Gah. And as they're cleaning the dorm, so my shoot style, what'd you think of it? And at first he doesn't say anything. Gotta cut down on telegraphing your moves. Even though you got faster, I still managed to react in time. It's not good in a melee battle. Gotcha. When you added punches to the mix, that really ticked me off. Gotcha. They're getting along. Listen up, everyone. Listen up. Everyone will need to get in line quickly and not screw things up. Time to head for the grounds. You're the only screwy one around here. As class president, such is my burden. So, Aizawa-sensei's not coming to this opening ceremony either. Must be busy. Well, things are a little different compared to last April. Hey, Class A, I heard the news. I heard two of you failed the licensing exam. Monoma from Class B, you're just as charming as ever. And we cut back to Kirishima, who says, wait, don't tell me. Were you the only one to fail in your classes again? And he's laughing, and Monoma's laughing to himself. He says, and he quickly turns around. Not gonna answer? Every single one of us passed. The tables are turning, Class A. Sorry, you guys. Hey, he's the one making a contest out of this. Don't sweat it. Our teacher Vlad says we will have classes together this term. It'll be much fun. Class B, Pony Sunotori. American. Oh, I'm ready and raring to go. Hey, you notice? She's a foreigner. We are going to grind you into dust? Stop teaching her your weird phrases. Hey, the line's backing up here. So very sorry. Enough idle chatter, everyone. We're holding up the procession. Good to see how lame you guys really are. Shinzo. He's the guy who fought Midoriya at the sports festival. Huh? Looks like he got tougher somehow. And now they're at the opening ceremony for the second semester. Hello! It's everyone's favorite small mammalian principal. Lately, the fur I pride myself on has been looking rather shabby, so I've made great efforts to improve myself in that regard. This can apply to you too. Humans. Don't forget to eat balanced meals with plenty of zinc and other vitamins, but remember that the most important thing above all else is a good night's sleep. A chaotic lifestyle is the worst thing imaginable for fur quality. If any of you are concerned about your hair, then be sure to get enough sleep. Super irrelevant, obviously long-winded. And the biggest recent disruption to our lifestyles, as you all know, was the incident that took place this past summer. The loss of our pillar. We're seeing the effects of that emerging at a rate beyond expectations. Our society needs to prepare for unparalleled hardships in the near future. This applies especially to those of you in the hero course, including you second and third years on work study. Going forward, you must be more aware than ever of the threats out there.
Work study? Work study? I'm guessing the next step about the internships we did.
Such gloomy talk makes us all heavy-hearted, I know, which is why we adults are doing our best to keep things from getting too dreary. We hope to inspire an industrious ethic in you young men and women so that you may go on to become capable members of society. The business course, the general studies course, the support course, and the hero course. Do not forget that it's all of you who will inherit this society. I kept it nice and short, huh? That'll prove them all wrong about me.
Very good, sir. Even higher than you, chosen one. Inherit, huh?
If it's a successor you're searching for, you'll find no finer environment for young talent than UA. What do you say? Join us here as an educator? It seems like a decent idea, even given your situation. Incidentally, I'm not merely speaking in a vague sense here.
When I was looking for my successor, I just happened to get a request from UA. There's already someone here who would make the perfect successor.
Ooh, we get to see him! And are we still in the same page? I really do think. Oh no! Chapter 122, A Season for Encounters. There we go. Finally, here are a few reminders from our school life supervisor, Hound Dog Sensei. And he speaks in dog. Hunting dog hero Hound Dog, school life supervisor. He just speaks in barks and howlings. But Vlad translates for him.
What he meant to say was, we had a fight between students last night. We understand that some of you are still unaccustomed to dorm life, but we ask you to control yourselves and make this work for everyone.
What the heck was that, Hound Dog Sensei?
And he's growling in the background.
He forgets how to talk when he flips out? Looks like there's still plenty we don't know about UA. They sure are treating Midoriya and Bakugo like a couple of naughty children.
Everyone back to class, starting with the third years.
And as they make their way back,
Hey, I know about that because I heard. So hey, listen. That one first year in class 1A, one of the kids who got into a fight. Hey, you know about him. He's really excitable. You even listening?
Sounds like Navi from Zelda.
Hey, listen.
And the dude she's talking to says, oh ho ho.
I said hey.
In class 1A. Alright, we're back to our regular classes. A lot's happened, too much really, but now it's business as usual. Today in class, we'll just have a lecture, but look forward to some even harsher training throughout the second semester.
Boring, right?
What was that, Ashido?
Haven't had that feeling in a while.
And Asui raises her hand.
May I ask a question, Sensei? We just heard about work studies at the opening ceremony. Could you explain that a bit more?
Oh yeah, the principal was talking about that. I'm also curious, actually.
He mentioned that many of our upperclassmen are engaged in work studies.
I was planning to go over all that at a later date, but, well, fine. I suppose it makes sense to explain it now. Put simply, it's hero work outside of school, a more immersive version of the internships you already did with pro heroes.
Oh, didn't know we got to do that sort of thing.
And light bulb going off in her head. Until then, so what was the point of trying so hard at the sports festival? Ochako says. Indeed, with these work studies available, it seems that getting scouted at the sports festival was hardly our only option. And we flash back to Volume 3. This happens once a year, so you've got 3 chances. If you're hoping to become a hero, this is an event you can't miss. Hey, calm down. You're actually really un-Uraraka-like, Uraraka. You'll be using your networking connections from the sports festivals to secure your hero work studies. It's all at your discretion to start with and is unrelated to classes here. Those of you who didn't get scouted at the sports festival will have a hard time finding positions anyway. It used to be that every agency in the country would seek out applicants, but the competition to win over UA students caused a lot of issues. So that's why things are how they are now. If that's all, then take a seat.
Sorry for jumping to the wrong conclusion.
Earning those provisional licenses will give you extended, in-depth experience when it comes to this stuff. But keep in mind that there's virtually no precedent for licensed first years. Sometimes I forget to breathe whenever I speak. It's something I'm trying to get over. My apologies. But keep in mind that there's virtually no precedent for licensed first years. With these sudden outbursts of villain activity, the possibility of first-year work studies is being given cautious consideration. We'll revisit this later, at which point you'll get a more complete explanation and some actual testimonials, when circumstances allow. Right, sorry to keep you waiting, Mike. Okay, so first period is English, the class I teach. It's been a while, so I bet you're eager to see me take the stage again, bruh. We're packing in a ton of stuff today. Let's do this. Yeah! And then everyone just says a whole hum, yes sir. But back at the Class 1A dorm, Midoriya is working out. No pain and nothing really feels weird. I give you 2 or 3 more times. If you keep getting injured like this, you may lose the use of your arms forever. This is a flashback to what the doctor said to him the last time he got seriously injured. I was extra conscious about holding back yesterday, but as long as I'm having trouble keeping my emotions in check, maybe it'd be best to quit punching for a while. I'll buckle down and keep working on my shoot style. That evening, Care to explain this dust, Bakugo? That's supposed to be Deku's job, so shut up. Hey you, can you even clean right? Sorry, if you guys could put all your garbage outside your doors, I'll collect it. Hey, Mike's class today. Yeah, I know, you too? I had no clue about some of those sentence patterns, but he was using them like it was no big deal. Yeah, it took me by surprise, too. So what happens when we forget to prepare for class? Trip up just once and following along after that suddenly gets really tough. You know those work studies? I never got scouted, but I'd still like to try. Same here. I wonder if we'd be able to get placed under the same heroes we did our internships with. And Midoriya's just looking on because he's being kept out of the loop since he's on house arrest. It's only been a day and I'm already falling behind. It's written on your face, Mr. Lockdown. Mr. Lockdown? That's just mean. But what about this work study thing anyway, Ida? Yes, well, I'm still angry, and Sensei forbade us from telling you two anything from our classes. I'm sorry, but this is just an experience you will have to endure. Are you listening, Bakugo? Yeah, I know, so shut up, you friggin' Four Eyes. So curious now, because Midoriya's outside taking the trash out. What's a work study? I'm clearly getting left behind. Even with normal classes, when I think about it, I'm taking a serious hit with this 3-day lockdown. Plus, we got basic hero training tomorrow. Everyone's gonna learn about some new topic and keep getting stronger. The gap's widening. I'm falling behind. Gotta make up for lost time. And as he's muttering to himself, he walks by a face sticking out of a wall. And then he stares at it. And then the face in the wall smiles at him. Garbage, right? Don't worry, you can put food trays and the like with the rest of the burnables. Gotcha. And then the face just nods at him. And then disappears into the wall. What the heck? So, you're that excitable first year, right? Huh? Did I scare you? Sorry, that's my bad. Although I was kind of hoping to scare you there. Just what on earth are you? Ha! Well, what am I indeed? I'm actually wondering what I'm doing out here myself. A rare thing to be sure. Well, you'll find out all about me soon enough. In the meantime, keep your spirits high. It's important. What I can say for now is, I heard the rumors and got curious, so I wanted to check you out. And he disappeared. The face disappeared from the wall and then came up into the ground. Stuck up out of the ground and started talking to Midoriya, and now it's disappeared into the ground again. And now Midoriya is being cautious where he steps because he doesn't know where the face is going to come out of. What was that about? I feel like I've seen that guy before somewhere. Couldn't shake that uneasy feeling, but those 3 stressful days passed, and one day earlier than Kachan, my lockdown ended and I was back. So sorry for all the trouble.
Deku, good job serving your time.
Serving time? Really? And why so worked up? Ida, I'm sorry. I really disappointed you. It's enough to know that you reflected on your actions, but what's wrong now? I gotta make up for these 3 days of lost time. Oh yeah, I admire your passion, dude. Back in Class 1A, now that Midoriya is back, let's talk about work studies for real. Come on in. Here to tell you how work studies differs from internships are some people who've gone out there and experienced it all. They're taking time out of their busy schedules to be here, so give them your full attention. Out of all the students at UA, these are the top 3 reigning third years. We call them the Big 3. Oh, the Big 3. The sneeze is right on the edge of my nose. Pardon me. Chapter 123, Unrivaled. UA's best of the best, the Big 3.
These guys, I heard about them, but... The Big 3? But wouldn't you think so by the look of them? And one of them's really pretty.
I only saw his face, so I didn't realize who it was. Now I remember. When I was watching the sports festival last year. Huh? Despite his unimpressive record, he left a really weird and awkward impression. So I guess the dude that he was talking to, his clothes kept falling off. Somehow. I'm pretty sure those other 2 weren't ranked that high, but they're UA's Big 3. I wonder what kind of heroes they are. Let's get right to it. How about some introductions? Starting with you, Amajiki. And he glares at the entire class, and they all get this real intense aura. Whoa, he's got a really intense stare, says Ida. And as he stares at them, he sees them as potatoes? It's no good, Mirio, Hado. I was going for potatoes, but they all still look like people from the neck down. What do I do? Having trouble speaking. My mind's gone blank. It hurts. I want to go now. What? But you're the hero course's best of the best, right? Isn't it funny that people call that having the heart of a flea?
Isn't it funny that people call that having the heart of a flea? So weird. He's Tamaki Amajiki, the flea, and I'm Nejiri Hado. We're here today to talk to you about work studies. But hey, what's with that mask? You got a cold or is it just for fashion? A long time ago, Oh, is that Todoroki I see back there? Hey, how'd you get that burn anyway? And she's just going off on everybody. Well, Hey, Ashido, if you broke those horns, would they grow back? Can they move? Tell me! And Mineta, those balls of yours, is it hair? How'd you get a haircut? Are you like a tree frog, Asui, or more of a toad? So many curious things about all of you. Downright curious.
She's all over the place. It's cute.
Just like a kindergartner. Did you hear? Did I just hear you asking about my balls? That's harassment, senpai. That's harassment. That's harassment, senpai.
Not exactly. And Momo's in the background being disgusted by what Mineta's saying.
Hey, can you support your body weight with that tail, Ojiro? Hey, tell me, I want to know.
She's not the most rational person, is she? Not to worry, Eraserhead. I'm the main actor here. The outlook's looking, and he's trying to listen out for him, but no one's saying anything. Outlook. Grim! The answer's Grim! Well, that didn't go over so well. All three of them are kind of weird. Didn't expect this from the big three, did you? It's kind of hard to tell what they're made of. I'm seeing a lot of faces that seem to say, who cares? You got us three third years showing up out of nowhere here to talk about work studies that you don't even have to do. Doesn't make sense, right? You all got your licenses as first years. I guess this year's batch of first years are real go-getters. And since our talk here isn't going so well, Mirio, how about you all take me on? Seems rational to have them feel the full weight of our experiences firsthand, don't you think so, Eraserhead? And he doesn't say anything. Until, do as you like. And as we go to the Gymnasium Gamma that Cementos has left up, everyone is there in their gear to prepare to fight Mirio. Is this for real? Yep, sure is. Mirio, don't do this. It'd be enough just to follow the manual and go, we'd experience this and that, and it was all super meaningful. So distant. It's not like all of them are raring to go and ready to aim for the top. We wouldn't want any to be broken beyond fixing. And that catches everyone's attention. What does he mean, broken beyond fixing?
Hey, listen to this. There was once a kid who got discouraged, quit trying to be a hero, and caused all sorts of trouble. Did you know? It was real bad, so you better think about this hard, Togata, or there's gonna be pain. True blue pain. Please don't do that, cause Hado is flicking Ashido's horns back and forth. Just wait a minute. We've fought against pros before, albeit with handicaps, and we got experience battling real villains. Do you think we're such wimps that you gotta worry for our safety or whatever? Whenever you're ready, then come at me. Who's gonna be first? And as Kirishima says, me, Midoriya chimes in and says, I'll go first. Didn't expect you, Midoriya. I gotta make up for these 3 days of lost time. And as he prepares to walk up to him, the problem child. Right, of course you'd step up. You've got spirit. The top guy at UA. How could I turn down a chance like this? A chance to go toe-to-toe with UA's best and see how far I've got to go. And as he cowls up, close combat squad. We'll hit them all at once. Got that, senpai. Give us your best shot. Take it easy on us as they all prepare to fight. But then Mirio's clothes start to fall completely off. And Jiro's just shielding her eyes. My eyes! His clothes fell off! Apologies, fine-tuning this is tricky. And as Midoriya closes in on him and tries to kick him, he's wide open! The kick passes completely through his body. I figured he's got some sort of phasing quirk. Definitely tough to deal with. What should I do? Going for the face, huh? As multiple attacks from the other students try to zoom in on Mirio, it doesn't really work. And in an instant, he's gone! Long-range attackers go down first. He warped! And he appears naked right behind Ojiro. And there's already a timer going off. By milliseconds. 1 millisecond. He warped! So it's not just phasing. What kind of crazy strong quirk is this? Mirio's quirk is nothing to admire. No, it's his technique you should envy, little first years.
And as the time increases in milliseconds, it finally goes into seconds. The techniques Muriel learned after getting scouted and doing his work study under a certain hero. This is a great opportunity, everyone, so get that lesson beaten into you, because Muriel Togata, as far as I know, is the closest to being the top hero even among us pros. And within 5 seconds and 52 milliseconds, Muriel was able to beat every single member of Class 1A. Power! Well, he didn't beat every single member. He beat everyone that wasn't the close range team. Alright, Chapter 124, Trouble Ahead, Episode Work Studies. He took down half of us in the blink of an eye. It makes sense that he's the closest to being the top hero. Not gonna try your own luck? There's no way you're not interested in being number one. But I didn't even get my provisional license. He's so calm about it. And as Muriel stands over the rest of UA that he just beat down, looks just like the melee fighters are left.
I've got no freaking clue what just happened.
Going up against the power to phase through stuff is tough to deal with on its own, but warping too? That's too much, man! This dude's invincible! Cut us some slack! Invincible. That word alone is indicative of what level you kids are at. Like how an amateur might be really impressed by a pro fighter without even knowing what makes him good. If you seriously can't tell how much effort Muriel's put in, you're not even worth the effort. There must be some sort of trick to it. The warping must be a function of the phasing or the other way around. Either way, he's a melee fighter himself, so if we try to counter when he attacks, there should be a moment where we can touch him. Figures, since we can't figure out what's going on, we ought to take a step back and form a hypothesis. We gotta search for a way to win against him. And as Muriel stares them down, oh, good tip. Post-lockdown Midoriya really is on point. Search all you like. And Muriel disappears into the ground. He sank down into the ground, and in an instant he's behind Midoriya. But Midoriya sees him in time, and this surprises him. That was no mere reaction. He somehow predicted I would pop up here. Have a taste of my special move! And as he starts to phase through his body, blinder touch eyeball crush. Because it doesn't matter if you can phase through a person or not. No one wants to get poked in the eye, so that's a surefire way to distract someone. And he appears under Midoriya and nails him right in the stomach. Most of my opponents come up with a scheme to counter it like that one. Right in the solar plexus. So naturally, I've trained myself to counter those counters. Midoriya! And within an instant, Muriel is already behind Ida. Get a look at Togata. He's really gotten stronger, huh? Muriel's been strong ever since he was a kid. Basically, he needs to learn how to hold back. And in those moments where he's rushing and blitzing everyone, he's taking down everyone else. Power! I love it when he says it in the English dub and the Japanese dub. It's so, it's so good. I just barely managed to keep my privates hidden for you ladies' sake. And, well, you get the idea. Feels like all you did was punch us all in the gut. Think my quirk is strong? Way too strong! And totally unfair for where I'm standing. You can phase and warp. What are you, some kind of hybrid like Todoroki? Hey. Ooh, can I say your quirk? Can I? It's permeation. Pick me. Hado, this is Muriel's time to shine. Nope, I got just one. It's permeation. And she's trying to pull on the shirt because she really wanted to say it. Like you guessed, what you guys call warping is another function of it. Taking air notes? What's the principle behind your warping? When I activate my quirk across my whole body, I pass through anything and everything. And the everything includes the ground itself. Oh, so then it's like you were just falling. Yep, falling straight through the earth. But when I deactivate my quirk underground, something amazing happens. Multiple objects can't occupy the same space at once, so one of them gets repelled. That means I get launched out of the ground instantaneously. That's the secret behind my warping. I can control the angle via my orientation and pose, so I basically choose where I get shot out. Sounds like a glitch in a video game to me. You could say that. Attacks pass right through you, and you can change positions instantly. Guess it's a strong quirk after all. Not quite. More like I made it into a strong quirk. When it's active, my lungs can't absorb oxygen, because even when I breathe, the air just passes through. Similarly, my eardrums can't pick up vibrations, and my eyes can't absorb light. It all just passes through me. That said, my body still has mass, so it all just passes through me, and I can't feel anything at all. That said, my body still has mass, so all I have is this sensation of falling endlessly. See what I'm saying? Think about trying to pass through a single wall. I have to activate it over my whole body except one leg, then release it on the other leg and touch down, and finally activate it on the first leg to pass all the way through. So even a simple act like that is quite the involved process. I bet I'd screw up a lot if I was in a rush. And not being able to feel anything, I freezed up. I used to take my sweet time just to be safe. I'd hold back until the last second and end up falling anyway. Then my clothes would fall off. But time was the one thing I didn't have if I wanted to make it to the top with my quirk. I had to predict faster than my surroundings could change. Foresight was essential if I wanted to trick time itself, and experience was the only way to get good at predicting. Experience fosters that sort of mental ability. Sorry. I'd taken up a lot of your time, but this is why we had to fight, because experience teaches more than words ever could. During our work studies, we weren't just guests, but genuine sidekicks. We were treated like pros, and let me tell you, it was terrifying. We dealt with life and death situations, but scary or not, painful or not, it was the sort of top-notch experience you can't get from school alone. I turned my work-study experience into power that's allowing me to reach the stars, which is why, even if you're scared, I wholeheartedly recommend it to you first years. He even talks like a pro. He spent a week and a half on something that could have taken only 3 panels. And there goes Momo breaking the fourth wall. Guess, huh? It did feel that way during our internships. They never let us try anything dangerous. Time to head back.
Hey, why do we even come to this? You got any idea?
Be grateful to Muriel that we got to just sit back. A quirk that comes with plenty of downsides when used, and utilizing that power properly required plenty of experience and a honed sense of foresight. He didn't get to be UA's top student just by being strong. He put in the effort to grab that title. Muriel Togata-senpai.
Thank you very much! You know, I was so sure you were gonna kick the crap out of them, but they're all walking away unharmed. Really impressive, I gotta say.
But oh boy, that was a close one.
They nearly saw my junk. Any of them catch your eye? I'm so curious about all of them.
Starting with the back of the line, that's my main strategy in a fight. But our dear little troublemaker analyzed that first move of mine and predicted correctly. I bet Sir is gonna like him.
Wonder what's gonna happen. Sensei said they're still on the fence about letting first years do work studies. From Togata's speech at the end there, sounds like being the best is pretty epic.
All we can do is wait for Aizawa Sensei's approval.
Huh? Work study? Who the heck is this?
I was, wondering if you'd take me on, Gran Torino.
You never write, you never call. Guess you're too much of a big shot now, huh, kid? Anyway, sorry, I'm working on a case. Can't help you out. Yeah, I see how it is. You weren't scouted by anyone but me after the sports festival. You may be next in line, but you're still just a baby.
It's exactly because I'm inexperienced that I'll do whatever it takes to be the top hero.
No need to get all dramatic when stating the obvious. If that's all it's about, why not have a chat with your mentor? He's supposedly giving it his all as an educator nowadays.
But Aizawa-sensei told us to use our connections from the sports festival to...
Which is all well and good for those who've got 'em. All Might can open all sorts of doors for you, like with his former sidekick.
And we see a dude just sitting in his office in what looks to be the dark. And someone burst in. Sir, movement in the stars is telling me today's gonna be another boring day.
The full report. Make it quick.
Oh, here we go. Chapter 124, Trouble Ahead, episode Work Studies. And this is still the same chapter. Right, the young leader of the villain team we're investigating, Overhaul, it seems he's made contact with the League of Villains.
He ain't such a bad guy once you get a chance to talk to him, so I told him to come to you, Shigaraki. He's kinda creepy.
Quite a whopper you've landed us here twice.
Chapter 125, Overhaul. Meanwhile, in an abandoned factory somewhere in someplace.
What an unsanitary dump. This is your base of operations?
Sure, you think I bring you to our base right off the bat? This is just a rendezvous point.
Give me a break. This place is dusty. I'm gonna catch something.
Relax, the guys are inside already pretty sick.
Whopper, you being sarcastic, League of Villains?
What? This guy's famous?
My master showed me his picture once.
He's Yakuza, the young head of the Shie Hasaikai.
I'm never gonna get that right. A gangster? I'd never met one before. He's got an aura of danger about him. What makes him so different?
What makes him so different from us?
My dear young Toga, let this old-timer explain it to you. Once upon a time, the underworld was controlled by a number of big, bad, scary organizations. As heroes came about, these groups were exposed and slowly dissipated. Then All Might brought an end to them altogether. The dregs that never got caught went on to serve as underlings for villains. Under constant surveillance, they lived destitute lives. To put it bluntly, they're like a protected species whose heyday has passed.
Well, you're not wrong about all that.
So were you barely scraping by, Mafia boy? Why come to us now? Shouldn't you be out celebrating All Might's retirement?
Nah, it's not about All Might. All for One's fall is a way bigger deal. The Emperor of Darkness who ruled over the entire underworld, the guy was like an urban legend to my generation. The old guard, though, they were always gossiping that he'd up and died. Then he showed up in the flesh and got locked up in Tartarus. So now both the light and dark sides are leaderless. Question is, who's going to step up to lead?
If you're saying this, knowing full well who my master is this a challenge? The next leader is me,
says Shigaraki.
I'm gathering forces and expanding our operation day by day, and I'm gonna use that power to annihilate this society of heroes.
Got a plan?
A plan? Didn't you come here to join our little gang?
Having a goal without a plan just makes you a daydreamer, and daydreamers don't make for a good sales pitch. What happens once you've expanded? How are you going to use these people? What's your management strategy for this organization? Starting with the hero killer Stain, then the carnal murderer Muscular, and the death row inmate Moonfish, all were heavy hitters operating under you, but they got beaten and caught. Almost like you didn't know how to use them, right? You can barely handle the 10 or so wackos you've got already, and you want to recruit more? No point in amassing power you can't control. You need a solid plan to make your goals a reality, and I'm the man with the plan. So no, I didn't come here today hoping to work for you.
Twice. I'd appreciate it if you could vet applicants before bringing them here.
The plan I've got requires a ton of cash, but no one's out there is crazy enough to fund some small-time Yakuza throwback. But if you guys and the names you've made for yourselves were involved, it'd be a different story. So join me. I'll become the next leader and put you to good use. Yo, saying this right in front of Tomura Shigaraki's face.
Get out.
Sorry, Mafia boy, but we didn't come here together to serve anyone. And he gets hit with something. The other day, I saw a friend of mine. She's a shy one and kind of timid, but she's still my friend, even knowing who I am and what I do. People bound together by the chains of society always laugh at those who aren't, she told me. You broke free of all that, Ken. I'm afraid I just don't have the courage to do the same. I'm here because I want to live free. We get to decide where we belong. And then Overhaul just touches Magne in the arm. And Magne explodes from the torso up. Completely. Just poof. And everyone looks on in disbelief. Your side made the first move. Big Sis Mag! Ugh, filthy. I hate this part. And then Compress tries to jump in. Compress, wait! This one's dangerous. Better compress him and seal him away. Then all of a sudden, he gets shot in the shoulder with something. Huh? My quirk! It won't activate. And as he gets close to Overhaul, don't touch me. And Overhaul completely blows off one of Compress's arms as he falls down in pain. Then Shigaraki starts to dash towards Overhaul, and they both try to touch one another. Shield! Who's Shield? Oh, Shield. And another dude steps up in front of him and gets rotted by Shigaraki's quirk. That was a close one, Overhaul. I see. Then all of a sudden, we got people jumping out of the walls. We should have started this way. We might have understood each other sooner. Wait, where'd they come from? I swear I wasn't tailed. Must have been one of their quirks. Too slow. Missed with one shot there, but it was still plenty effective. Hold on. Oh, yep, those are the remains of a person that Shigaraki rotted away. I wanted this to go peacefully, League of Villains. No way we're coming to any applicable decisions now. And well, losing people on both sides isn't exactly productive. One dead for each of us. Better end it there. Let's talk again once everyone's cooled off. We owe you an arm.
I'll freaking kill you all! I'll freaking kill you all! Can I stab him, Tomura? Can I?
No. Someone's gotta pay for this! Wise choice, Facepalm Man. Wise choice, Facepalm Man! I'm not saying to rush the decision, but better make it sooner rather than later. Think about it carefully, about your organization and everything else. When you've calmed down, give me a call. As Overhaul just tosses a card their way. Oh, man, this is a comfy chair. I got a brand new gaming chair, and it is comfy. Over in a place called the Nap Room. Come on in, you two. All Might speaks to Mirio and Midoriya. Chapter 126. Open up, world! So we had a conference about potential work studies for first years yesterday. Gotta keep this dry. Plenty of teachers, even the principal, said don't even think about it. Huh? Even after that whole demonstration we got? It makes sense, though, given what led to the dorm system in the first place. I've noticed Kaminari really likes rubbing on Ojiro's tail for some reason. Take that! Take that! Released from lockdown, receive a summary of the situation. You're just saying that because you wouldn't be allowed to do it anyway. But some were of the opinion that the overprotective direction we're going in won't foster strong heroes. As such, we will allow agencies with proven track records that offer work studies to take on first years. That's our decision. Wonder how Gunhead's doing. Guess I should give Selkie a call. Crap! In the staff room. You want me to ask Sir Night-Eye if he'll let you do a work study with him? Yes, I hear he's one of the few heroes who worked under you, All Might. Shh. Enthusiastic much? I want to go to karaoke, says Ectoplasm. Well, this is sudden. Where'd you hear his name anyway? I see. You were having trouble finding a work study, so Gran Torino suggested this. Please, thank you. I refuse. I'm not just trying to be mean here. 3 reasons. 1. I was part of the opposition at the conference yesterday. Given all the villain activity lately, there's no reason that you first years have to do this now. I agree. But there's always going to be some risk involved, so I say the school should support any kids who want to try. 2. You should wait until you're worked on strengthening your shoot style. You can tell the kid is trying his best. He still has plenty of room to improve on technique, though. 3. It'd be awkward for me. Sounds personal, All Might. Cut it out, Mike. Personal! Kachan told me that I better not lose, especially considering all that's been handed to me. And people say my quirk resembles yours, All Might. Under Night-Eye's guidance, I think I could start to measure up to you. Because I, more than anyone else, need to get way, way stronger. Is he impatient because he's my successor? No, but still. I admire the attitude, kid, but you won't get an introduction. At least not from me. And that was how we wound up here in the nap room. Mirio and Midoriya talking to All Might. You are here! That's how it goes, right? Sorry, it's just exciting to be summoned by All Might himself. I'm afraid I don't get what's going on. What a coincidence! I haven't got a clue either, Midoriya. Togata here is currently doing his work study under Night-Eye. Are you really Togata-senpai? I've already been doing it for a whole year. That basically guarantees you a spot as his sidekick after graduation. If Sir doesn't change his mind, yeah. Cool! What do you think, Togata kid? Does Midoriya have what it takes to work with Night-Eye? Gotcha. This is what you wanted to talk to. This is what you wanted to talk about. You wanted me to introduce Midoriya to Sir. But why use me as a middleman? If you went to him directly, All Might, I bet he'd be thrilled. He's always staring at those old clips of you. To be honest, I have no right to face him. In the end, I wound up just how he warned me I would. Huh? So what do you think of Midoriya? Well, right. Well, what sort of hero do you hope to become? And he just reflects on his past. His long, arduous past. What sort of a superhero cool like that?
That's what I want to be.
Young Midoriya looking at All Might. No matter what kind of trouble someone's in, I'll just smile. I'd say those words so many times I knew them by heart. But I've had so many experiences now. Strong enough so that no one ever has to worry. Those experiences had taught me that the road will only get harder and harder. A hero who always wins. One who always saves the day. The greatest hero. That's why I've got to get stronger. Quite the scattered mission statement. I got no reason to refuse. Let's do it. You mean it? Thank you so much. Yep, I was just thinking how Sir would probably like you. Whoa, really? Awesome! There really There's already someone here who would make the perfect successor. We are looking back at before All Might met Midoriya, when he was looking for a successor. There's already someone here who would make the perfect successor, because All Might's talking to the principal. Mirio Togata? His grades are nothing to write home about, but he's certainly got presence. Wherever he goes, laughter is sure to follow. He might be lacking in achievements, but smiles are never in short supply. A perfect match for your heroic ideals, right? If I hadn't stumbled upon Midoriya, this boy would have been... Then, that weekend... Sweet freedom. Ah, Midoriya, good morning! You should be grateful that Aizawa-sensei didn't revoke this privilege. Shove it. Those two are off to their provisional license this weekend. We better hurry up and catch up to everyone else. I said shove it, you, and how about you walk 2 steps behind me? We're going to Momoyao's study party later. How about you? Really wanted to go, but sorry, we got other plans today. Who should I fantasize about today? To each his own. 1 hour away by train. This is Sir's agency. Oh, don't go all stiff and rigid on me. It's not good for you. I forgot to mention, but Sir is one strict guy. So I've heard. A stoic hero famous for being strict with himself and everyone else. That stare of his always gives me the chills, even adjusting video clips. There's that, yes, but there's another side to Sir that the media doesn't know. If you don't want to get turned away at the door, then before you're done talking with Sir today, you've got to make him smile. Huh? What do you mean, make him smile? Despite Sir's general image, or maybe because of it, he's got a lot of respect for humor. I can only get you in the door. It's up to Sir whether he takes you on or not. I'd like to help more, I really would, but from here on, you've got to be the one to win him over. This is a weird time to ask, but I only just met you, so why are you being so nice to me? It's not about being nice, really. I heard about your crazy goals and decided to help make them happen. I'm the type to butt in whenever someone needs help. That's basic stuff for a hero. He's beyond that door. If you want to get stronger, you gotta kick it down yourself. And we get a little description here. Bubble Girl was Ajin San's winning submission in the fan art contest. So the Bubble Girl that we have in My Hero is actually a character from a fan-made fan art contest that she's now an official character. Their meeting site was already completely deserted, but there was evidence that bloodstains were wiped away. From the damage to the building, we're thinking some sort of battle occurred, so we can assume that their negotiations failed. Bubble Girl. I believe that a society without humor and spirit has no future. Might as well make him sound like Wesker.
Huh? Hold on, it's just the report was really long and no, please don't.
Sir Night Eye's agency, what's it gonna be like? I've brought the first year I mentioned yesterday. For goodness sake, must you be so loud?
What the heck?
And it appears that Bubble Girl is on a giant machine that is tickling her all over her body.
Stop it, please, forgive me!
And she's laughing herself into unconsciousness.
What's going on?
It seems his psychic Bubble Girl wasn't being funny enough. And then Night Eye stares at Midoriya. Whoa, even more intense in real life. If you don't want to get turned away at the door, I gotta get stronger. Everyone's put up with me and helped me get this far. But now I gotta open up the path forward myself. Humor, though? Nothing to do but do it! And then he makes his face look like All Might. All to be the top hero. My name is Izuku Midoriya. I am here. He doesn't actually say that last part. And he just stares. And Mirio just stares in shock. I've been looking up to All Might for years, which means lots of time practicing this in the mirror. Honestly, I've got a terrible sense of humor. If this doesn't do it, then my hopes of a work study with Night Eye are dashed. Then Night Eye looks at him and says, Are you trying? Are you making fun of All Might? He blew it, says Mirio. Chapter 127, Sir Night-Eye and Izuku Midoriya and Mirio Togata and All Might. That has got to be the longest title so far. What was your intent in making that face? I take it you're aware of my status as All Might's former sidekick, you ruffian.
Yeah, I just...
All Might doesn't have this wrinkle here. His crow's feet were originally 0.6 centimeters and grew to 0.8 centimeters during the Silver Age. Nowadays, even unlicensed goods are made distinctively enough to reference specific eras.
Well, hold on!
And as he's saying this, Night-Eye is pulling all over Midoriya's face to make it exactly like how All Might looks. The whole office is filled with All Might stuff, wall to wall. Those posters were 10th anniversary exclusive goods, not for sale anywhere. I want them! There's no doubt, this guy's totally a hardcore All Might fan. How very unpleasant. Please leave at once. The Vinegar suicide incident. Do you know about that one? And then Night-Eye stops and looks at him. A teenager with a quirk that could change the properties of water was drowning in a river. All Might rescued him and saved the day. But while in a panic, the kid ended up turning the river's water into vinegar. When All Might dove in, he got an eyeful of it. During the interview, immediately after, his eyes were all puckered up as he smiled. That was the face I chose to try a minute ago. My eyes, they burn. Naturally, I'm aware of that incident. It occurred before we were working together. It was even a part of NHA's special broadcast on the matter. A look back.
Yeah, that's the one.
There was no villain involved, and the whole thing was kind of plain compared to All Might's other exploits. It rarely comes up in fan site discussions, but I still love the story. Oh, this is Midoriya saying it. There was no villain involved, and the whole thing was kind of plain compared to All Might's other exploits. It rarely comes up in fansite discussions, but I still love the story, especially All Might's witty line after the teen apologized for everything. It is I who should thank you. My skin looks 10 years younger now.
Yeah, the whole skin bit.
Did you attempt to replicate that?
No, the kid himself was actually at my school once, but I couldn't bring it up. Just got too nervous.
The teenager's home life was to blame for that incident.
Is that right? Now that I know the story, it makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Mirio, who's this kid?
My junior at school. The joke might have fallen flat, but still, maybe this will go well. So, in order to grow stronger, you wish to pursue a work study under me?
Yes, please.
The form from school. Here it is. Do not interrupt me again. Once I stamp this form with my personal seal, the contract is complete.
Got it!
This will not be like work studies offered in other fields, which may range from a day to a week long. You will be working here 1 month minimum with compensation, naturally. As a first year with many classes, you will need to take numerous excused absences. As such, you will fall behind your classmates. If I were only looking to keep up, then I'd never be the best. And with that, Night-Eye gives him the stamp of approval. You missed. Because I had no intention of stamping this.
You missed.
Because I had no intention of stamping this.
Huh?
What you gain from working here is abundantly clear.
And he keeps stamping everywhere but the actual form all over his desk.
But what do I have to gain by hiring you? My agency employs 2 sidekicks and 1 student already, and it operates without a hitch. What profit does your employment offer me? How can you contribute to society? In what way does your presence benefit others? You must demonstrate these things if you wish for my approval. All Might has done so with his power and humor. He gave hope to those threatened by villainy. This is why the people accepted him.
How can I be useful to society?
Determine what benefit you will afford my agency, and show me through your actions, not words. 3 minutes. Seize my seal from me in the next 3 minutes, and if you truly wish to learn about heroism at my side, stamp the form yourself.
Huh?
Your sense of humor is appallingly bad. Nonetheless, I'm offering you a chance. I'm quite kind, aren't I? Mirio, Bubble Girl, please leave the room.
Oh, sure.
Once more, with feeling.
Yes, sir.
And as Mirio and Bubble Girl leave out,
Mirio, did your interview include a practical part like that?
nah, I was scouted by Sir from the start.
He liked you off the bat? Sheesh, I'm jealous, so jealous.
But Midoriya is in trouble. His future's not looking especially bright. Up against Sir's quirk, success is basically impossible. Remain hydrated. I will not fight back at all. Come at me with whatever sort of tricks, sort of attacks you wish. Any amount of damage to this room is acceptable so long as you steal my seal. And, as Midoriya goes full cowling, a frontal assault. As he catches the stamp in his hand, or so you want me to think. From above, into another assault. And as Midoriya is doing his best to try and catch the steal, Night Eye is just effortlessly dodging everything. I see all. He sure can, but I'll overwhelm him with a flurry of moves. After 1 full minute, you will put some distance between us for a moment and then grow uneasy. You're coming to terms with the fact that you have no counter for my foresight. Sir Night Eye's quirk, foresight. By touching any part of the target and then locking eyes with him or her, Night Eye can see in advance every move the target will make for the next hour. Those conditions are trade secret. The number of moves isn't the issue. I need a plan to counter his foresight. Is it even possible? I was looking forward to finding out what sort of person you might be. You may have the symbol's power, but you are utterly mediocre. With villains running amok, we begin to see a shadow descending upon the coming era. That being the case, as I thought, One for All should have gone to Mirio. Ooh! Midoriya don't know. One for All? To Togata? I still have great respect and love for All Might, but on the matter of his successor, I fail to understand his vision. As I thought, does that mean Togata was a candidate before me? Does he know that himself? How did Night Eye and All Might come to learn about him? And wait, All Might obviously knows about all this. Why didn't he tell me? Do you really have the luxury of such lengthy consideration? Or are you fatigued, out of strategies? I was shocked when Mirio told me you wanted an introduction, so I might as well state this plainly. There was a far more suitable candidate for One for All. I cannot approve of you. You can be a hero. The words he said to me that day. Everything I am, gotta be better, even better, so that even if he can see, he can't predict. Everything between me and All Might so far, if he refuses to recognize all that, I can't take it lying down. And then because All Might chose me. And then he just uses full cowling to just literally ricochet throughout the whole room. I'll be taking that seal from you now. I will get your approval. Final chapter of this volume. Boy meets quirk foresight. You can see what I'm about to do, but how far in advance? I don't know, and since I don't know, I'll have to hit him with so fast that he's got no time to react. I ain't going home empty-handed just 'cause he said so. You're like an inferior version of Gran Torino. You're so slow, it's pointless. Once the conditions are met, then it could be a second, a minute, or an hour from now. As he tries to grab the seal, but you can't dodge the eyes of Night-Eye. I can see where you'll be and what you'll be doing at any point during that time frame. Incidentally, 2 minutes have already passed, yet you're still struggling to acquire the seal in form.
No way!
Such an uneasy expression this entire time, despite what I can only imagine was the first thing All Might taught you. Those standing at the top must never openly show their doubt and unease, despite being told that you can't see... by understanding that they can hold on to their vision and act accordingly. Despite being told that countless times, no doubt, you can't seem to put that guideline into practice even in a safe testing environment such as this. You swore you'd make me accept you. The more I see, the more I fail to understand why it had to be you.
He said I could do it.
He did, to a nobody like you.
He said I could be the greatest hero.
And then he picks up a bookshelf and throws books at Night-Eye. That sort of surprises him for a moment.
Sorry, but you said I could mess up this room all I wanted.
Once the conditions are met, he can see where I'll be and what I'll be doing. Where I'll be, what I'll be doing. That wording is interesting. What exactly is Night-Eye seeing? Is it every single future event, or just the target's actions? I gotta figure it out, because if it's the latter, then his foresight won't apply to randomly scattered objects.
Night-Eye, I'm not backing down, Night-Eye. I'm All Might's disciple.
And as he gets close, Night-Eye just still dodges him. I'm not seeing anything new.
Not yet.
And then he slammed face first into a wall.
Not yet.
That's 3 minutes. It's over. His disciple. That's shocking to hear. Your one actual strategy fails and you fall to pieces like that. Did you lose focus?
No, I didn't lose focus.
Just a blunder then.
That's All Might's 10th anniversary commemorative poster that's not sold anywhere. I didn't want to step on it.
And then Night-Eye starts to notice that despite Midoriya jumping and bounding all around the room, not once did he touch any All Might memorabilia in the room. Did he really? All my All Mights. You avoided hitting all of them while bouncing around like Gran Torino.
Darn.
Even though my provocations clearly shook him, he managed to take note of his surroundings and concoct a strategy against me. And he looks like he's preparing to laugh, but but Bubble Girl and Muriel burst into the room.
Excuse us! All finished? We heard a big crash just now.
I accept him, Muriel.
Whoa, cool! Nice going, man. Huh? But I totally failed!
Although I did tell you to steal my seal and stamp the form yourself, I never said that I would reject you if you failed to do so.
But you did it, Midoriya! You made Sir laugh!
And Night-Eye doesn't say anything. Your placement here was decided the moment I heard you were coming. And I knew all along that you wouldn't be completely useless to me. But I still hadn't accepted you. Now that the people are without their symbol, they don't need merely a small spark, but rather a bright and shining light, even if it goes against his will. You will gain the experience in this Pro Hero office that will make you very aware of who is best suited to that power. And he just drops the stamp in Midoriya's hand. One for all can only be transferred when its wielder wills it. Night-Eye accepted me in the hope of making me give it up.
Thank you for this. There was me who All Might chose, Sir Night-Eye who refused to accept me, and Togata,
whom Night Eye would have chosen. I don't have much time to ponder our strange web of relationships. The next day, first day of work. Today we'll be patrolling and monitoring. I'll take Bubble Girl. Today we'll be patrolling and monitoring. I'll take Bubble Girl while Mirio and Midoriya will operate as a unit. Monitoring? The Night Eye Agency is working on a secret investigation. A small organized crime group called the Shihei Hasaikai. I'm never gonna get that name right, I'm sorry. Their young head, a man named Chisaki, has been making strange moves lately. The plague mask is his trademark. Yakuza? But I thought their kind were staying quiet nowadays.
It's true that they're dispersed way back then, but this Chisaki guy is gathering forces for some reason. He even made contact with the League of Villains recently, though we're not sure of the details.
The League of Villains? However, we've acquired no evidence of any wrongdoing, so we can't treat these Hasaikai people as full-fledged villains. What the Night Eye Agency seeks is concrete evidence of criminal activity, while being careful not to attract their attention, of course.
Yes, sir!
And as they're walking around everywhere, there's like someone running down an alleyway, it looks.
Someone please help. I can't. Anyone.
And then this person bumps into Midoriya, and it's a little girl with a horn on her head. I'm sorry, did I hurt you? And she tenses up as she gets close to him. Can you stand up? Shame on you, causing trouble for this nice hero. Long work study only had just begun. Let's go home, Eri. Volume 14, Overhaul, end. Whew! Ladies and gentlemen, this is where things start to heat up, and we only have one more volume, one more official paperback volume, at least for me that's concerned, before I'm completely caught up on all of my copies of My Hero Academia. Then I can start to move into all the recent chapters and work my way towards them. So, hope you all enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you all in the next videos. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!